by this man.
Yes.
He makes him a governor.
Right.
Second in command.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? Because the king is first.
Right.
So now it still look like, see, where we come from, it look a mess at times. Not knowing that God uses it all to get the glory.
Amen.
So when you broke, right, but you struggling and you keep striving on that path with God. See, Joseph never left worshiping God.
That's right.
He never left worshiping God. And see, sometimes people get off the path and they expect God to do what they want, but he never left God. He stayed with God, even when he was going through. He went through the brothers. He went through the Potiphar's wife. You hear what I'm saying? And so here he's in prison innocently. Sometime in your life you can be accused of something you did not do.
That's right.
But glory be to God. God used him to save the children of Israel. That was God's plan because a famine had hit the land.
Right.
And Joseph had sent for them.
Right.
And it was 75 of them that came. And God saved them through Joseph. But you know what the Lord allowed me to see? When we go through something and we lean on him, we start to learn where our help comes from.
Yes.
Because sometimes when we're going through, we want to lean on people. But God said, you know what? You still may have to go through because you got to learn where your true help comes from. See, Joseph didn't have nobody. The father didn't know. The father really loved him, but he couldn't help him. The brothers did him wrong. Potiphar's wife lied on him. So Joseph had to kept learning to lean on God. He may not understood all he was going through because he couldn't see the end. But he learned to lean on God. In other words, he knew that God was with him.
That's right. Amen.
Now, when we was talking, we started talking about after, the Pharaoh that knew Joseph, he was kind to the Israelites. But then here come a new king. And they was multiplying. And he was fearful. He thought maybe they might try to attack or take over. You see, when you start growing and you start being blessed, you're going to develop an enemy.
Right.
Believe it.
That's right.
There's some you want to develop enemies. So let's just keep all that real.
Amen.
But you got to know who's with you.
That's right.
Now the promise, it still looked like a mess, right? Because it looked like it was good and then it got bad. Because this new Pharaoh put them all in slavery.
Right.
But they started praying. They kept praying. 400 years, like the Lord had said. See, when the Lord says something, it is so. It is so. So here, 400 years went by. It looked like God wasn't hearing them.
Right.
Amen? It looked like God wasn't hearing them. But to speed it up, when Moses went to the mountain, right, God said to him, I've heard my people's cry. Amen. So let me help you out. When you're praying, God is hearing your cry.
Right.
But in God's time, he has a specific time while you're praying that he's going to answer your prayer.
Right.
You can't make God answer your prayer. You can't sow your way into God answering your prayer. You can't even dance around asking. People was dying in those 400 years. But God said, in that 400 years, I have a specific time and a specific person that got to come through and lead y'all out. See, in our life, everything we go through is for a reason. There's a purpose. To go back to them, I was telling them, I said the people were praying, but they act like, maybe God don't hear us. 400 years. Maybe God's not hearing. Maybe he's not hearing us. But he said to Moses, I've heard my people's cry. He knew their suffering. Y'all follow what I'm saying? Now, I love being I like visiting my family. And the reason why different ones are on different levels when it comes to God. Now, my other sister in Christ, she started talking about purpose, right? She said, let me ask you a question. She said, do you believe that once you die, your purpose has been fulfilled? And so I was like, I don't know about that.
Right.
I said, I'm not. She said, let me help you. She said, I was asking God, why those who may have been good, why they died. She was talking about this young lady who went on a trip, and a camping trip, and a tree fell on her, and she died, but nobody else. And she was young, right? So she said, God, I'm not understanding. She said the Lord said to her, their purpose was fulfilled.
My God.
It was done. Whatever they were supposed to give was given. Because God could stop death.
Yeah.
Okay, are y'all with me?
Yes.
He could stop it. And sometimes people say the enemy took it. She said, no, regardless of all that. She said, once you leave here, that means that all you were supposed to give was given. The enemy don't have power over God.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So we just kept talking about it. And I told her, I said, I'm going to study more. But what I love is that we kept talking about prayer. And we kept talking about purpose. And we kept talking about callings. And it's important that you pray. Because when you pray, you're going to find out who you are.
Yes.
Once you find out who you are, then you can truly walk in it. Everybody's not called to be a pastor. Everybody's not called to be a preacher. Everybody's not called to be a teacher. Whatever you call that God calls you to be, you need to know. You need to know. That's the purpose you're here. There's a purpose for your life. If you here, there was a purpose for your life.